Namaste, my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor. Today is going to be a summer solstice energy report. It's a little bit later in the day than I would like to normally put out my energy reports. I didn't even plan on doing one, but I woke up with such an exhilarating feeling, such a shift in the energy almost overnight, that I just felt so compelled to share about it, because I believe that it spells good news for a lot of us. A lot of the people who have been heeding the call to follow their dreams, follow their heart, follow their intuition, let go of the old. People like you who've been doing that I believe it's kind of a turning point, an opening, and a rush of new, supportive, positive energy is now inundating the planet, as far as I can sense. Take that for what you will. But anyways, I'm going to break this energy report down, as I normally do, into a few different themes, so I can get a little bit deeper into what's going on with you, with us, with the planet, with the collective, with the ascension, etc. Number one, a sense of adventure. It can be challenging and scary to let go of our safety net, or our safety nets, our careers, our relationships, the things that have been in our lives that have given us a sense of comfort the whole time. All of a sudden, they stop having that effect. We no longer feel so safe at our job, so safe in a relationship. We start to feel, not only that, we start to feel growing discontentment in this life. And there's this strong feeling to start letting go of stuff on all levels. But that's always scary and sometimes sad and uncomfortable. And there's oftentimes a physical process going on parallel to that. So it's just sort of a grueling experience, and a lot of us have been doing a lot of that this whole year, this past few months especially. But what's left? There comes a point where you've let go of so much that you've created an opening. And sometimes this ascension has the ability to surprise us and give us what I would call a whoosh effect. A whoosh effect I used to use as a way of describing the weight loss process to my personal training clients, because weight loss, if any of you have been on the weight loss journey, it's not really a linear, predictable thing. You could do your best, eat the right amount of calories, and you lose nothing, lose nothing, lose nothing, lose nothing, lose nothing. I'm frustrated, this sucks, and then whoosh! You wake up, you're like 4 pounds lighter. Thank God! Oh my God, it's so awesome. The Ascension has the ability to do that in a freaking tenfold, in a very big way. So for a while, you might have been letting go, struggling, a little bit under the weather, a little bit confronted with your emotions. Oh, then whoosh. You feel it. A positive, uplifting, exhilarating energy comes in at the timing that is so in sync with an actual physical opening in your literal physical life. And sometimes you are given the opportunity of looking into the future, which is still a big question mark, a big unknown, but you're filled rather than with fear and anxiety and oh my God, but you're filled with oh my goodness, I'm so free. The possibilities are endless. I'm where I'm supposed to be, and where I am is just awesome. It's just so promising, such a bright and promising and fulfilling and exciting, adventurous. I lost my train of thought there. An adventurous journey, life awaits us as we free ourselves up from the world we think we need. So don't be surprised if you find yourself feeling healthy, happy, anxious anticipation, and excited, childlike anticipation for the future, which might be unknown, but many of you have gotten used to that. That's kind of how it is for a lot of this time. That's okay. We're synced up now to a new rhythm, a new energy, a new flow, a new means of relating and acting and navigating our life, and that allows us to let go in the current and trust that it's going to take us not only to where it's safe and okay, but to where it's very surprisingly awesome. Just many blessings lie ahead for those of you who have been doing the work, which is pretty much anyone watching a video with content like what I'm sharing. Number 2 is support. When you let go into the current of your true energy, you are supported. You get divine assistance that's so crazy sometimes that you don't even want to talk about it with your friends, but it's happening to you. It's magic. And I spoke with a friend yesterday who gave just such a perfect example. I shared it in my newsletter this morning, but I want to share it again with you guys. It's just such a perfect example of how this crazy road of faith works sometimes. So my friend, he was in a career for 20 years, something he didn't mind doing. He became quite good at. It gave him financial security and even some spoils along the way. And he just started to feel like it's not that he like didn't want to do it. He just felt like it's time for a change. It's time to move on. But like a lot of us are confronted with that. I was as well. And it's like, whoa. Really? Are you actually contemplating this, man? You're considering changing this? What are you going to do? You don't know what you're going to do. There's no plan. You're just going to cut this off? That's crazy. I was like, yeah, no, I won't do that. But that feeling, that sense to like do it, it just like haunts you. It just keeps you awake at night. There becomes an actual physical like repulsion to continuing to do what has always worked in the past but no longer works. Starting to really create a feeling of like, this is not right. I don't know what is right, but I know this is not right. But that begs the question to, okay, what do? Do I just take this crazy life plunge based on this feeling? Yes, you do. And he did. And he went back and forth. We talked about it a few times. We went back and forth for a little while. It was like, it's never easy. But he finally just did. He was in a situation where he was about to like sign on in a financial sense for a lot longer. More, he was going to commit himself to more of this old thing, this old career. And he was like really like at a crossroads. Like he had to make a decision and he had to do it quick. So finally he said, you know what? I'm going to follow that crazy call inside of me, and I'm not going to sign on for this, and I'm just going to let myself go. I don't know where, and he sent me a text and said, man, I did it. I'm not going to sign on, and yada, yada. And he's like, do you have any advice? I'm like freaking out now. You know, it was like intense for him, as I can imagine. I had the exact same thing. I was in the exact same situation. I know exactly how it feels, and I'm sure many of you do as well. But you know what happened to him after he did that? Within a few days, he still didn't really know what was going to go on. He did that. He took action to say to the universe, I am going to let this go, and I'm going to follow my heart. And then he had a dream that night. This dream was not just a dream. Sometimes my buddies would be like, hey man, I had a weird dream. They'd tell me about it. It'd be boring. No one wants to listen to a dream. This is one of those dreams that's interesting. It was a glimpse of his future. A glimpse of him participating in, we'll say, a career, a business, just a creation of something so unique, so has not been created or probably even thought of yet, so divinely fueled, such a resonance with him and founded upon his gifts and his passion, something his mind would have never ever possibly conceived given it an entire lifetime. It's that badass. And he was deep in this dream, you know, absorbed in the vibe of it all. And it was just like, oh my goodness, this is so crazy. At the end of his dream, he heard a loud, clear, concise voice that said, build it. And then he woke up. I get so giddy and chilled, just maybe the way he described it was better, but I feel it, man, because I was in the same situation, and I know how it feels. So anyways, the point of all that is that when you let go into the unknown, into maybe some walls of fear you press through as you let go of something that you think you need, everybody is supported. Not in ways that you can predict. He didn't predict that dream. I couldn't have promised him, I didn't tell him what to do or anything. I had a suspicion he was going to let go and do this thing. But there's no way. There's no way you could try to trick your mind into thinking that this is safe, this is going to be fine. You know it might not be, you do. That you can't lie to yourself, and hence all the fear. But there are unseen forces, unseen assistance, divine help, hoping, waiting. They're waiting for you to take that turn. And once you do, they're going to be all over you, saying, hey, yeah, nice, nice, come on, we got plans for you, bro. Let's do it. You are supported when you follow your heart. When you don't, there's pain and suffering and resistance. Simple as that. This solstice is going to make both of those facts very well known to you. If you're clinging, you're going to know it and it's not going to be pleasant. If you can let go, which I encourage you to do, in whatever way that resonates with you, you will be supported. In ways that I can't tell you how, but you will in your own way. It might not be a dream, it might just be an awesome idea. An idea that you never would have received had you continued to cling. Number 3, a new you. A new you is already here right now. I'm not saying you're going to become a new version of yourself 10 years from now, a year from now. You have already changed a lot. Sometimes the awakening, as I already kind of mentioned, I won't get too deeply into it, but it can take on a vibe, a pattern of challenge and letting go and just being bombarded with inconvenient and challenging aspects of yourself, of your life, of your relationships that need to be tended to. And what springs out of that is you, whether you kick and scream or not, you eventually tend to them. And you just kind of get lost in this type of journey and process. But out of that, you're given glimpses of the results of doing all that hard work. A lot of times you can be putting in the work, going through the stuff, but not really feeling any results. You just feel more of the same. I let go of this, now I gotta let go of this, and now I gotta let go of this. I realize this, and now there's this thing that's puzzling me, and it's just so on and so on and so on and so on, and then one day, you just kind of wake up and realize that you are like an unrecognizable person. The way you think, the way you view the world, the way you perceive the world, the way you act, the way you feel has changed. A new you is in town, and the new you has the capability of doing things the old you would have never even considered or even fathomed as being a realistic possibility. But the new you is here. And the new you is just going to continue collecting more and adding and adding and adding. And we will just keep reinventing ourselves many times over as the years go on, opening ourselves up to more and more and more of our soul's divine potential to manifest a life that is so far outside of what we can conceive of, it's just going to blow our freaking minds. And there's a part of you that knows that. You have the ability to feel that and remind yourself. It's not something I'm saying, it's a feeling that you already feel. You have been feeling it, but there are these blessed days where you feel it more. It is a good time to be alive, folks. Both on a broader sense, this time in history, this time of the planetary ascension, and now, this summer, today. Doesn't matter if you're going through challenges, you got some stuff on your plate, we all do, I do too, that the energy is very, very positive, but also very intense. It's going to, there will be no less doubts of what you should do. It's going to become the contrast of you, the real path, and the old you where you're clinging. The conditioning is going to become so obvious. And still the mind might be puzzled and boggled by what to do. The new me is too out there, too unknown. I'm not just about to jump off the cliff into the abyss. Even though the old me and the old ways, it's so obviously not what I want. It's time to jump. It's time to let go. There is no other way to survive in this energy but to let go into who you really are.